Hey everyone, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the Card Crafters Collaborative. This is the summer theme and I am so super excited to be a part of this. So remember to go to everybody's YouTube channels because you definitely want to check out all of these amazing creators' projects. So we are going to be making a 5x7 shaker card. We will be doing some heat embossing on acetate, and I'm using some brand new Lawn Fawn products I haven't even used yet. This is from their new release and I'm super excited to use them. So I stamped these little images from Lawn Fawn's Pool Party stamp set, and I'm using Copic markers to color all of my images. So I stamped it onto some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock, and the ink is Lawn Fawn's Jet Black ink. They're all Copic friendly. And I just wanted to keep the colors really fun and bright and very summery. So I'm using yellows, oranges, pinks, turquoises. I've got a couple different color pinks and some darker colors of turquoise. I'm coloring the cute little unicorn and the llama. I just thought those two guys were super, super cute. But as you could see at the beginning of the stamp set, there was a couple more images. So just a lot of fun. I'm coloring the towel here. I colored the beach ball. There is a little bubble text sentiment, well, where the sentiment's going to fit, one of the sentiments. Then there's an inner tube and some flip-flops. So I'm going to continue coloring this. I want to explain quickly the Card Crafters Collaborative is put together by Robin, the Delta Crafter. She is the mastermind behind this, and I did the spring one with her, so I'm super excited to do the summer one with her. And there are 6 of us total, I believe, that are doing this. So definitely, like I said before, check out their YouTube channels to see what's going on. This is just a bunch of us getting together, sharing tips, techniques, ideas with our card making. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you like what you're watching from everybody, including mine, please subscribe to our channels. Definitely comment, let us know what you think about these projects, share with your crafty friends, thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video in the future from all of your favorite crafters for sure. Okay, so let's get these little guys finished. This unicorn is going to have turquoise and like a purpley pink hair, and then of course he's just going to be, or she's going to be white. I feel like it's a he. I don't know why, but I feel like it's a he. And then it's going to have a pink muzzle and pink like little feet. The llama will be a nice brown, just super, super simple. And of course, Lawn Fawn images are so fantastic, and I love that you can just use a lot of images for everything. Now, this card, like I said at the beginning, is going to be a shaker card. We are also going to be doing some white heat embossing on this certain acetate. I have embossable acetate, but you still can't like take your heat gun to it for a long time. So I'll show you like in real time how quickly it heats up, because the embossing powder melts really quickly on acetate compared to cardstock. Okay, I'm just going to finish coloring this little guy right here. He's so cute. I love that their little arms are behind their heads, just totally relaxing. I just think it's absolutely darling. The flip-flops are going to be yellow and pink. Like I said, this just has all like the summer vibes, which, you know, it's June now, so it's that time of the year, and I would be by a pool if I had one for sure. Now the pool is going to be die cut from the Stitched Pond frame, and then I'm going to be using the Stitched Ripple backdrop. So the Stitched Ripple backdrop is brand new, along with the Pool Party stamp and coordinating dies. Those are brand new. The Stitched Pond frame is been around for quite a while. I'm going to tape these die cuts in place with some low tack tape, and then I can run this through my die cut machine and get all of these die cut at one time. Now here is that Stitched Pond frame I'm die cutting from white cardstock. So it's going to die cut the frame, and then you're going to have the insert piece as well, which I will be using both of. I'm going to take that insert piece and tape that to this Stitched Ripple backdrop right here. And this is just going to give us some fun ripples to the water of our pool. So I'm going to run that through the die cut machine, and as you can see, all those little stitch lines, and it just is fantastic. And once it's inked up, it's really cool. Now I have a piece of Lawn Fawn's wood grain cardstock measured 5 by 7, and I'm trimming 1-inch pieces because this is going to be a 5 by 7 card. And I'm going to attach this or adhere these pieces to a thin piece of paper here in just a little bit, but let's get some ink blending done, and then I'll show you about that in just a second. So I am using Salvaged Patina and Peacock feathers to ink up the pool. So the Peacock feathers is on the outside because it's a bit darker, and then the Salvaged Patina is on the inside. Although when I ink them up, they a lot of times tend to look the same color, which is really weird. And I am cleaning my brush in between, but anyways, now you can see those rippled lines, and doesn't that look like pool water? I'm so excited about this. Then I am using some gathered Twigs Distress Oxide ink and just messily inking up these wood slats. So it's going to be like the pool is sitting on a wood deck. So this is going to be like our 5 by 7 background, even though I do trim it down slightly smaller so we can put this on a white 5 by 7 card base and have a white mat around it. So I'm just going to finish lightly inking those up. And then here is a piece of just, regular writing paper that I trimmed down to 5 by 7. And I'm going to adhere my strips of wood cardstock on top of this. I am adhering these strips onto thin paper, so you can use paper like this or you can use printer paper. But you want this to be thin, so if you have to trim it or if you're going to die cut it any further, it's easy to get through instead of 2 thick pieces of cardstock. So that's why I am adhering it to this type of paper. This is just what I had on hand, so I grabbed it, trimmed it to 5 by 7. Now I'm going to trim this down just a little bit smaller. I think I ended up trimming it about 1/4 inch on all sides, again, so we can have a white frame when we adhere this to the 5 by 7 card base. So I'm just kind of lining it up because it's past the part that I can measure on my paper trimmer here. I don't have any numbers past that side, so I was just kind of eyeballing it. Now I'm going to tape this pool part, the insert piece, in place where I want it to be. And then we can start putting together the shaker card, which is going to be a ton of fun. So I am using Judikins embossable plastic. So this is just acetate. I have the pool frame in the center here because I want to stamp some water ripples from the stamp set, from the pool party stamps. So I'm placing that frame right on top so I can kind of have an idea of where the ripples need to be. So there's a large size and a small size. I'm going to prep the inside of that area with my anti-static powder tool and just use my clear ink. I do have my heat tool heated up already. Now I have a heat gun that has a high and low setting. The first one that I did of this was on high, and I held it a little too long against the acetate and it did warp. It is always going to warp, but it was too warped that it was not going to straighten out. So the second time I did it, which I show you here when I'm actually heating it up, I have it on low and I'm showing you in real time how quickly this heats. So you just kind of want to take it to and move it off and don't just like hold it directly to it, but it's melting that quick. As you can see, this does not take very long and it's already melted. And I was looking at it like, is it done? But of course you know it's done because it's shiny. But now we have ripples for the pool. So let's add some adhesive to the back of this frame and we can glue this to the acetate and then we can trim off the excess of the acetate. I'm lining the acetate up over the pool so I know exactly where to line up the frame. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and trim around this. Now we are making a shaker card, so you want to add some foam tape behind it, and you want to add at least 2 layers of foam tape. And I say at least because I think it depends on if you have like super low profile foam tape, you'll probably want 3 layers because you want your shaker bits to really move around freely. So I'm going to trim down some pieces of foam tape. Normally I fold it over in half when I'm doubling it up, but this is oddly shaped, and I know that with this kind of foam tape, when I take the release paper off, I can bend it around this shape. I just didn't know if I could bend it really well if it was already double layered. So I'm just going to do one layer first, and then I'll come in with a second layer that is trimmed down just as thinly. But you can see how that just fits around nicely. So you have your frame adhered to your acetate, and then you have your foam tape on the back side adhering to the acetate. So here is the second layer, and as you can see, it does go pretty quick, but this is going to give us plenty of room for shaker bits. Now I did forget to take my anti-static powder tool on the inside, obviously not the top part, but on the inside, so that way our little shaker bits won't stick to the tape, but I totally forgot about that. I am using Trinity Stamps Puddle Jumping and Blue Lagoon sequence to fill up this shaker. Super, super pretty. And I'm just going to put those inside, and then I can take that pool with the acetate, the frame, and then just adhere that right to the top. And I'm going to make sure I really push down the edges so nothing falls out. But how cute is that? Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with the shaker and with the embossing on the acetate. So you guys definitely hang in there. I know this is a longer video, but you want to see the finished card for sure. I stamped this sentiment inside the speech bubble that says Happy B-Day. Then I decided I needed some of those little water droplets that's in the stamp set, so I'm just going to stamp those real quick. I'm using BG 11 and 13 Copic markers to color those, and then I can use the coordinating die to die cut it. Now I've also got this little die cut machine from Honeybee Stamps. They just sent that. I was thinking about getting one, and then they sent one to me, and I was so excited because for little stuff like that, it's perfect. Okay, let's glue this together. Foam tape behind the unicorn, and because there's a hole in it, it's gonna stick to the acetate, and then foam tape behind that speech bubble. I'm going to adhere the towel directly to the wood decking, and then foam tape behind the llama. The shoes will be directly adhered, and the ball will be directly adhered. Then I can add those little splashes, I guess that's what they are, little splash pieces, and I will do some foam tape behind those. I'm going to put 2 of those on the pool and save the other 2 for the sentiment that we're going to stamp here in just a second. This is from the pool party, and it says, just floating by to say, ... take it slow. And I thought that's perfect, especially for someone who's got a summer birthday. Just take it easy, relax, have a good time. I'm going to trim that with my paper trimmer, and I did stamp that with black ink, Lawn Fawn's Jet Black ink. And then I will add some foam tape behind these and put that in that upper open area, and just kind of fills that in. First I thought this card was going to feel a little bare, but I think it came out perfect. Obviously you could add more flip-flops, another towel, another floaty. I mean, you could really fill it up, but I wanted to see the shaker, and I wanted to see the pool and all the fun stuff going on with that. Then I finished it off with some of Honeybee Stamps small dewdrops for some little water droplets. I am struggling today, you guys. But I thought that those are perfect to look like a little bit of water is just splashed all around the pool. Then I'm coming in with my black glaze pen to the eyes and nose. Then my white gel pen, of course, to the floaties, to the little splashes, to the little critters where it applies. I just love adding those kind of details to the cards. I think it just absolutely finishes. Then I adhered this to that white 5x7 card base, and our card is completely finished. I loved making this. I love this little pool idea. I loved the embossing on that acetate. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project. And again, stop by all of the other creators because you don't want to miss out on all of their fabulous projects. I'll see you soon. Bye.